Okay, PFF has ranked the San Francisco 49ers #1 in receiving cores headed into the 2024 NFL season. So I have a question, right? So my question is 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey a part of that receiving core? We're going to break it right down right here. Breezie, Mike on the B.A.M show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the B.A.M show. It's your host, Breezie. My main man, Mike. What's going on, Mike? Happy Friday to you, brother.
Happy Friday, man. It feels like it's been so long since we last talked. I'm glad to be back. Good to see you, brother.
Same here, same here. Listen, shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew, everybody out there that's watching it live, that's going to watch it in the repass. However you do, make sure you hit that like button. Mike, check this out, right? So I was doing my little surfing on my surfboard on the internet, and I was like, let's see what PFF talking about, right? And so I'm like, okay, PFF, they got a lot of, little things that they like to put out there. But they put out a list of the top receiving cores. And, I guess before we get to their list, Mike, what makes up the receiving core? Do you have to be a wide receiver to be in the receiving core? Do wide receivers automatically get added to the receiving core? Like what is the receiving core?
I think it is simply pass-catching weapons. I don't think it's specific to a position. There was a point in time where you had to just be prepared for J.J. Watt to catch a touchdown. Remember that season? He had like two or three of them?
Okay. I like this. I like this. Ain't no way in heaven or hell, because it's hot, you going to put J.J. Watt in the receiving core just because he's a pass catcher. That's because he's attempted a pass. There's no way.
J.J. Watt had, 2 or 3 touchdowns that season?
I'm not saying he didn't, but there's no way you're going to categorize him as a part of the receiving core, right? No.
Okay. Well, wait. Was Ronnie Bell part of the Niners receiving core this year?
He's a wide receiver.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes, because he's a wide receiver. That's my point.
Oh, so you think the designation just gets you, the name just gets you there?
If you're a receiver, I believe you're a part of the receiving core. Like,
was Willie Snead a part of the 49ers receiving core this year?
If he caught a pass, he was. If he caught a pass, he was part of the receiving core. If he caught a pass for yards, not if he caught a pass for no yards.
So it had to be a positive gain and the word receiver.
I think if you're a wide receiver, I think you're automatically a part of the receiving core. Now, if you're one of the top in the receiving core, that's a different question. You know what I'm saying? But I think automatically, that's just from the way I'm looking at it. But there's no way if Trent Williams went out and caught a couple of passes, is he a pass catcher for the 49ers? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't get that. Okay. Kyle Juszczyk. Let's stay home and let's stay realistic. Kyle Juszczyk, is he a part of the Niners receiving core? And I think that's a really good comparison.
That's a great question, because I say no. I don't even think Christian McCaffrey is a part of the receiving core.
CMC had over 500 receiving yards. How he not part of the receiving core?
Because I just don't think he's a part of the receiving core.
Oh, so you trying to say PFF is wrong with his list? That's what you're saying.
I'm trying to get your take on what's good. Let's show the PFF list too. While people, and a lot of people are going to think that Christian McCaffrey is part of the receiving core. You know what I'm saying? So there's 1 through 8 right here. 49ers, Dolphins, Eagles, Bears, Texans, Vikings, Lions, Rams. I can tell you right now, Christian McCaffrey as a running back.
Christian McCaffrey
has probably greater than all the other running backs from the teams in the top 8. That's why I'm saying, that's why I would omit Christian McCaffrey from this list if you're focusing on.
If you take out anybody who's not a wide receiver, the Niners don't have the #1 wide receiving core in the NFL.
I disagree. Wait, say that again?
If you take out anyone who is not a wide receiver, so running backs, tight ends. If you take them out, the Niners don't have the number one wide receiving core in the NFL.
Okay, that's fair. But notice how they used the picture of George Kittle in the graphic.
You did that.
No.
Oh, they did that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's part of it, though.
No, I agree that the tight ends are part of it. They're part of the pass-catching game, just like running backs are. But not every team utilizes the running backs where every team is utilizing a tight end as a pass catcher, whether they're in line, whether they go out for routes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's – but
so Kyle Juszczyk does things that other wide receivers can't do. I've seen Juice tiptoe the line, drag the toe swag and all that stuff, run phenomenal routes, breaking dude in half, his ankles. And
absolutely. 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 But my thing is, like, does that make it unfair then? If we include Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Juszczyk, some of these other guys, and I'm gonna come out here and say that Christian McCaffrey is the number 4 leading receiver on this team too. By the way,
he's number 3.
He's number 4.
Okay.
But that's funny, right? So it's receiver, tight end, receiver, running back. That's the order.
That's you looking at total receiving yards.
I'm looking at receiving yards. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, that's fine. Then you're right.
What were you looking at?
I'm looking at yards per reception. Jawan Jennings should be higher.
We're not looking at yards per reception because you could catch one pass, it'd be 99 yards, and you're beating everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So then, all right, that's fair.
If we're just focusing off yards, you can't even go off of targets because that changes the yards per reception too, right? Because Christian McCaffrey is probably he's up there though.
It's wild. Like
that's what
McCaffrey's
I'm asking.
Numbers are what my man
slot wide receivers are probably getting in the NFL.
He went to New England and got the number 1 what's his name?
Kendrick Bourne?
Kendrick Bourne would kill for those kind of numbers that Christian McCaffrey put up.
Oh, well, you know what? That's funny that you said that because I'm looking at Christian McCaffrey, right? 83 targets, 67 receptions. He's number 4th on the list in targets too. Mm-hmm. He's literally 6 targets less than Deebo Samuel. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I believe it. But see, Deebo gets more passes down the field. McCaffrey is literally they not designing stuff for McCaffrey. Right. But that's just how dangerous this man is with the ball in his hands, and he's got as many receiving touchdowns as anybody on the team. Keep that in mind. Like that's why I said he's number. That's why I said he was higher than 4. He's got the lead. He's tied for the lead with receiving touchdowns.
He's tied. It's a 3-way tie.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going based off of yards. So I look at the yards and I say to myself, okay. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is the leading person on the team with all-purpose yards. But 564 yards as a wide receiver, 8.4 average, 7 touchdowns. He did have a long of 41. But like, is Christian McCaffrey considered part of this wide receiving core? Like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you take out Christian McCaffrey, the Niners still have, let's just say let's say we omit running backs. And if we went through the teams in the top 8, would the Niners have more yards with 2 wide receivers and a tight end? I think that's kind of like how
are you saying that? So what your question to me is now, take the receptions that the running backs and
just take off the running backs from every team's list, and then let's see if the 2 wideouts with 1 and a 2 and the tight end out yard the 49ers 1, 2 and a tight end.
Are you okay? I hear you now. I'm just looking for a little bit more clarity. Are you saying that the targets at the
I don't care about the targets.
Don't exist?
I'm looking at the yards, and I'm omitting running backs because guarantee you Christian McCaffrey is going to be number 1. And he will be the best receiving running back out of all the top 10 teams that they listed. So just omit the running backs and let's focus on, you get what I'm saying? The top 2 receivers and they tight end. Because there's going to be like Miami. So that's going to be crazy because Miami receivers will be over 1,000 yards, but their tight end might be like 100. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but those teams, other teams in general, throw the ball more just in general.
We know that, Mike. You know, we know that. That's already prefaced. Like, we know that.
But if we took CMC's targets and distributed them amongst our receivers, then we have a different conversation is what I'm saying. But if you're just looking at each team's top 3 targets that are not running backs, the Niners get smoked. You tell me a team, I tell you what. You got
so give me the Houston Texans.
I got the Niners pulled up.
Give me Houston Texans. Look up. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Let's do the math real quick. So the Niners, you got 1342.
1342.
I got it. Oh, you got it over there, or you want me to do it?
You do. I'm getting the
1342 plus 1020 plus 892.
We're gonna go off the top 18. So let's go to the Dolphins. They were number 2, right? So I'm gonna look up the Dolphins.
All right. So the Niners finished with 3,254.
Okay.
All right.
So let me get the Dolphins up.
3,254 for the 49ers, and then, all right, boom. All right, so you doing the Dolphins. I'm going to get the Texans in there.
Just go number 3. Go to the Eagles. Go to...
Oh, Eagles were 3?
Yep. Eagles was 3. Yep. All right, so the Dolphins, we got... dang.
We going to get smoked.
All right, here we go. All right, so the Dolphins are $1,799 plus 1,014 plus 366. That's $3,179. That's the Dolphins.
Okay, so that's less. That's less than the Niners. Uh-oh.
I'm trying to.
Uh-oh.
Just saying. I would think that they would have been the closest.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So, did you write that number down? 3,179.
I sent it in the private.
Okay.
Right, so
I'm gonna. You got the Eagles.
Here's AJ Brown. Yep. 1,456 plus 1066, and Dallas Goedert 592. 3,114.
The Niners still higher, right? All right. Do me a favor, right? Can you get me the Bears might give us a run for their money, but can you get me Keenan Allen stats from Los Angeles? I'm going to add that. It's 1364 plus 719 from Cole Kmet. I just need Keenan.
1243.
1243?
Yeah.
Damn. 1364 plus 1243 plus 719. They might have the best. That's 3326.
Yeah, that 3326 you said?
Yeah.
But that's all right. That's cool. We're gonna put a little asterisk next to that.
There's an asterisk next to it because he was number 1 on a different team.
On a different team, which means he got way more targets than
exactly.
The Bears
that's
or
where your conversation comes in. Yes, right. Absolutely. All right.
So I'm gonna pull up the Texans now.
Okay, you got the Texans. Right. I'm gonna get the Vikings.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the Texans real quick. Where they go? All right.
This is fun. Like I never thought of doing.
You be making me frustrated, like because.
What I do?
You be challenging the way I have to think about stuff.
That's kind of screwed up. Now we might lose. No, we're not losing to the Vikings though. I thought we were gonna lose to the Vikings. Now
the Texans ain't fair. I forgot how many injuries they had.
It don't not because we have players with injuries too. It is what it is.
Though. But 1297 for Nico Collins. Damn, he really went off.
Yes, he did. He got a contract.
709. Tank Dell only played in 11 games.
Because he got injured on the goal line on a run play. I don't know if you remember that.
Ooh, and Dalton Schultz at 635. So Texans only had 2641 for the Texans.
And the Vikings are 2945.
2945 for the Vikings.
So I'm trying to figure out now we got to go to the Lions. All right? I'll do the Lions, you do the Rams.
Okay.
You do the Rams, right? They gotta have us, right? They gotta have us. But you know what? I can't think of another wide receiver other than Amon-Ra St. Brown that cooked though.
Nah, they got my man was getting busy
nope,
here,
they not cooking us. Here we go. 15 plus Sam Laporte is 889. And I'm going to go with Josh Reynolds because he's number 2 at 608. They are 3,012.
Hold up.
Wait. 3,012 for the Lions.
Okay, the Rams are only...
The Rams should be up there.
2,718.
Are you sure? Oh, they don't have a tight end like that.
Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Tyler
Higbee. What's their number?
2,718.
And what's the 49ers number again?
3,254.
Yo,
you a hater, and you took Juice out. I mean, and you took McCaffrey.
I did that on purpose.
I can't believe the Niners. There was no 5,000-yard passers this year?
No.
So check this. Their top 8. We don't have a top 10.
We don't even need 9 and 10. I don't even think 9 and 10 would come close.
That's crazy.
So look,
there have been a 5,000-yard passer this year. Nah, wait. We're doing something wrong. There's somebody that beat the Niners this year.
What are we doing wrong?
Somebody had to pass for more yards than the 49ers, is what I'm saying. So that means that there's someone
they did
better numbers than us.
They did, but the distribution goes to other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your defensive lineman, your offensive lineman, like the running backs. Like, this is where we're gonna factor in all those other things, which gives us back to the original question: is Christian McCaffrey a part of the receiving core? Excuse me.
It was Jordan Love. Jordan Love led the league in passing last year?
Did he?
No, it was Tua.
What? Right, which makes sense because didn't the Dolphins come relatively close to us? But because
Tua, Goff, then the Cowboys. Why didn't they do the Cowboys?
Because the Cowboys, for some reason, didn't get their tight end Jake Ferguson involved. Let's check out the Cowboys. They don't have a number 2. But I could tell you, you want to put the Cowboys as 9? Want to make up our own 9 and 10? You doing the Cowboys? Who you want me to do?
They don't stand a chance. Okay, we ain't gotta do this. We ain't gotta do this.
Yo, this is standing on business, right? Because when you look at the San Francisco 49ers, it's like, why? Maybe Patrick Mahomes might be up there. No, the Chiefs. No.
He's not going to be there if we just taking the top 3 because, remember, they had to spread it around. They were trying to find receivers all year long.
Good point. And they had a lot of drops at the beginning of the year, you know.
So with the Chiefs, they had Travis Kelce as their leader at 984. He didn't even break 1,000. So
all right, let's say Christian. All right, so if let's say Christian McCaffrey is part of the receiving core, that's another 564 yards you could add to that number. Should we take all the running backs and add them just to see if it changes things? Because I think Kyron Williams would boost up the Rams a little bit. I think the Lions use 2 different running backs, which will boost them up, Montgomery and whatever. So are we saying running backs are a part of the receiving core? Is that what we get into? You said yes, right?
I say yes, yeah, because it's a part of the game, and the running back can catch a pass. Listen, would you say that if we were talking about Drew Brees and the Saints? Absolutely not, because they didn't run the ball much. They ran the ball like 20 times a game, tops. It was the running backs were using as an extension of the pass game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they use them over there. So if you are able to run a route and catch a pass, I think it's got to be counted.
Okay. I stand to change my thought process on that, and I could dig it. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine without Christian McCaffrey included. We did that exercise because that's weird. Without Christian, but you know what the key factor is? The tight end. And that's why I said, right? And so your tight end is what puts the Niners over the top. You know what I mean? And so, like, does this go to the 49ers having the best receiving core per PFF? Yes. Because they produce. Like, right? If we talk about just yards, they're out there producing yards. Doesn't matter if they're yak. Doesn't matter if they're dead to right yards. At the end of the day, what's the number again? 3,000?
The Niners?
Yeah.
3,254. 3,254. Yeah.
Wow.
The
And
Dolphins.
what was?
Oh no, the Bears came in second. 3,300. 3,000. Oh wait, the Bears beat us. But
The Bears
we added
beat us
Keenan
because
Allen that had the asterisk.
because that's the asterisk, right? Right.
We shouldn't have done that. But it's cool. So technically, if we want to count it.
Well, I
the
mean,
Bears-
technically, we could do that because he wasn't with the Bears, so he didn't get them producing with the Bears, and everybody else got their yards on their team.
Right. But what we did was we took two number one receivers from two different teams.
That's
I
what you
just
mean?
feel
We
like
shouldn't
it's
have did
a little-
that.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. They still finished with 3,326. So cool.
So
Give them
technically, they're one,
that.
but right now
Yeah.
I'm all
But-
cool with calling. So all right. So it's Christian. So what? All right. We came up with a term. Let's see if we can create a name for Christian McCaffrey, because we came up with a term for Deebo Samuel as the wide back. What could we call Christian McCaffrey? And don't say back wide, please.
Weapon.
Eh.
Remember what they tried to call Kyle Juszczyk when they first got him here? He's an offensive weapon. That's why we're paying him so much money. as a
Weapon's
fullback.
kind of like a cop out. I feel like he's
No, but that's really what he is, though.
he is a weapon, but a lot of our players are weapons.
Weapon X.
Nah. I like that. I do like that name. I gave that to Debo though.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, maybe the X Factor.
All right, but that's too much like Weapon X.
No, it's different. One's from the
Let's,
future, one's. But I'm trying to think of they coined Debo the Y back because he was successfully running the ball out of the back.
Ooh, I got it. The machine. And the graphic is when they had all those screwdrivers on his head. Remember that joint?
I remember that. That was one of the dopest
He's the
graphics.
machine, though. Yeah, no, that was probably the picture of the
I
year
like
for the
some of these
49ers
names
season.
though. Run Seaver. See how they thinking like they trying to put the two terms together? A run Seaver. I kind of like that.
Universal back.
Oh, what if we
That's
call
not
him
terrible.
Universal Soldier?
And then you see the
And then you see the screws.
Yeah.
Oh,
Calling him a deceiver.
This is dope.
Where's
This
my
is
bell
dope.
at? Where
This
the
is
hell's the
dope.
bell? Ding
This is
ding,
dope.
Brandon.
The Deceiver. This is dope because you don't know if he's running or catching it. This might be
All right,
it.
I got a question.
Okay.
Let me tell you how this is messing with my head. Read the word deceiver.
Deceiver.
Is that right? Because-
that's a real word.
No, but I know that. But is that how you normally spell it? Because I'm thinking receiver and seeing it with a D, and I think it's spelled wrong because
it's
my
spelled
brain
right.
is saying it's with an R. But if you were to spell deceiver on its own, is that how it's spelled? That's
Yes.
dope. I don't know. It's messing with my head. All right, cool.
That's how you spell deceive, and then you add the the R.
I think I think that's the answer.
That's dope. For some reason, I like this run Seaver too because you got the Y back, and you got the run Seaver. I kind of like that, but Deceiver
Brandon
is
got my
dope.
vote.
Deceiver,
Yeah, that's tough.
Deceiver.
That is tough.
Deceiver
that
is
is
dope.
tough.
I'm glad y'all have to be tuning in to these shows. We create stuff. You guys create that. We have to come up with a
Universal back was good. I'm not going.
universal
lie to you,
back
that
was
good,
dope, especially if you call him Universal Soldier. If we could get that graphic done, where you're tuning his helmet up, and probably give him like one half of the face as a cyborg, the other half of it as cyborg. I don't know, man. Look, Christian McCaffrey definitely adds to the receiving for the San Francisco 49ers as opposed to taking away. And this is probably why, part of the reason why the 49ers, gave him this contract, right? Like they extended him and they decided to give him some guaranteed money because of his ability to do the things that, he did. Do you feel like, like with these other teams, especially the other teams in the top 8, is there another weapon like Christian McCaffrey on their teams? If we go back through the top 8 teams, who do we need to pay attention to since we're including the running back? But can we leave that be? Can that be the last position we add to the receiving core? Because I know you could come in and you could draw up a play for, anybody, but
anybody who reports eligible. Yeah.
Right. So I think we should create some type of standard. A certain amount of receptions, certain amount of yards.
Minimal 10 targets.
Okay. I like that.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would have eliminated J.J. Watt that year from my example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if we create like minimum 10 targets, I forgot that Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles too, by the way. If we
The Eagles and the Lions going to give us a run for our money this year.
You ain't never lied, bro. Like in the NFC, oh my gosh, it's about to be for real, for real.
Well, I'm talking about in this particular topic that we're discussing. They're going to give us a run for our money.
Well, I mean, you could say the Bears too, because DeAndre Swift was on top as a top in that category. He played for the Eagles last year. He was top until he got hit by
the Flash.
Till he got hit by
his whole life. Flash.
He got knocked the frig out.
That shit. Oh, that joint is crazy.
Yo, Strawberry React says, got in an argument the other day that CMC only got paid because he's white. They said he's barely a top 5 back. I said he got paid more because he is more than just a running back. Yo, if you know Kyle Shanahan and you are not just versatile, but great in the versatility, you are his guy. That's why you get paid. I wouldn't be surprised if Deebo Samuel is extended too, by the way. Like, I just wouldn't be surprised.
I hate this comment, and I hate that this person had to have that conversation, but they do have me thinking. If you were to pick the highest at every position, highest paid person at every position in the NFL,
okay,
Christian McCaffrey is the highest paid
running back.
Yeah. Highest paid tight end is Kittle. I mean, not Kittle.
It's Travis Kelce. It
Highest
was Kittle for 30
lineman.
seconds.
Trent Williams got beat out for highest offensive lineman, right?
Probably.
Bosa's highest defensive lineman.
No. Yes, he is. For now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whites are running away with this, bro. All right, but okay, corner or secondary or corner, that's going to be a black person. Safety is going to be a black person. Linebacker is going to be a black person. So we even it out on the defensive side.
So black people are good for hitting?
I see. No, you doing extra now.
I didn't do extra. I just asked you. You named the positions.
Yeah, but I didn't say that. That's not what I was.
I was asking a question, man. That's it. Dang, that's right. Cooper DeJean is coming. That's right.
Here y'all go. Y'all want a Cooper to be good so bad, bro. Stop it.
Man, that is funny. I think this is pretty cool, though, when you look at the San Francisco 49ers, like, because they got to figure out ways to, like, get over this hump, right? And so think about all the weapons that they also added. You know what I'm saying? That's going to probably aid to this wide receiving core. I don't know how much you're going to get from Ricky Pearsall this year, but, you know, there's a possibility that if Brandon Ayuk holds out and Pearsall gets the job, he might start off early like we saw. Is there any way possible you could see Pearsall with 800 yards his rookie season like we saw from Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel their rookie season?
If that happens, the Niners, somebody got hurt somewhere.
Okay. You don't think Kyle schemes it up and mixes it up?
Abandon the run game?
Yeah. Like finding a way.
If you asked me this question without Christian McCaffrey getting the contract he just got, I'd have said yeah, there's a possibility. After the way he just got paid, he better get the ball 30 times a game.
I think Kyle's going to make sure it's 30 times a game for his distribution, but I don't think they're going to all be runs.
Right. He got to get 15 touches a game with the money he's getting.
Right. I mean, the contract says so. But Ricky Pearsall also, congratulations, finally signed his rookie deal, fully guaranteed, right? He's going to get touches. The question is, like, Deebo got 800 yards his rookie season being number 2. He was number 1 probably prior to the trade, and then was number 2 once Emmanuel Sanders came. I feel like Brandon Ayuk came in, they drafted him, they didn't go back with Sanders, they got Brandon Ayuk, and then he became the number 2. But then there was injuries that year, 2020.
Propelled him to number 1.
So he got over 800 yards that year. So are we? Deebo didn't do it during an injury year, but
injuries are going to play a role in this. Deebo's going to miss some time, right? Deebo's going to miss some time. Yo, I was watching the Niners. Oh, I got to watch our time. I was watching the Niners and Eagles game. The Eagles did a 5-receiver set on their second drive of the game. Did you know that? They bunched 4 receivers to one side and
then had
one
one
on the other side. It was on a 3rd and 6.
Mm-hmm.
If the Niners do stuff like that this year, maybe Pearsall can get a little busy.
Yeah,
4
I'm
and
curious.
5 wide receiver sets.
I'm curious to see how Kyle Shanahan will utilize his toys. That's another show. How Kyle Shanahan may utilize his toys.
Yeah.
And we'll get down to it. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the B.A.M show. We appreciate it, man. It's been fun. It's been real. You guys are real ones. Don't forget to hit that like, and don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time watching. Is Christian McCaffrey a part of the receiving core? That's a hell yes. I need to get that soundbite from Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is definitely a heck yes. We're going to rock out with that. Mike, take us home, baby.
We live all the time, just kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is the B.A.M show.
We out, y'all.